here tomorrow. You know, you gotta keep moving. Yeah. Oh, there he is. It's sent. It's sent.
Okay, thank you.
All you gotta do is look at Skype. All right, the information is there. All right.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you so much.
You're welcome. Sorry it took so long. Like I said, I'm on the side here. If you need me, holler. I'll post on Facebook when I land safely. James, if I do that, you can let people know that I landed okay, all right? Because you're the only Facebook friend that I have such today. All right?
Okay, thank you.
Okay, thank you.
So, Jorge, hola.
Yeah. Hi, I'm Ansel here.
Soy Asif.
Hi, you speaking Spanish?
Yeah, ¿qué tal?
Good.
I'm learning Spanish right nowadays.
Excellent.
I learned a few words only. It's hola, it's ¿qué tal? And it's, one thing and one word, what it is, I don't remember that.
I learned some Indian, some Bengali when I was living there. I had to.
You were in Islamabad, right? Islamabad.
Islamabad and Dhaka, New Delhi, Burma. Yeah, I had to travel to some places. Yeah, I had to learn some Bengali as well, like the numbers and saying hi. Well, actually, yeah, Kuda Hafiz, Harafis, Assalamu alaikum.
Yeah, it's music.
That was the same Hebrew. Shalom aleichem, assalamu alaikum, same thing.
Yeah. Nice.
Right.
For today's session will be.
So this session is the past.
Is there a doubt for this session?
Yeah, so 8
It needs to be run like a regular session. It needs to be recorded. It needs to have somebody doing time. It needs to have somebody doing, master decisions. It needs to have all the same things that you would have in a main section or mood section. So set up a doc. What you got to do, that's first. Jay, organizing the team comes first. So organize the team, guys.
Thank you. I think Abdul, you can make a new doc for this. What do you say?
New doc?
Yeah, you will change the name to a mood section on that.
Okay, so.
Session.
I asked.
You can copy the agendas from previous session, from its moon session or something.
The past session, yes.
Previous moon session. So can I add in this doc the previous two or three moon session, like as full moon session, new moon session, and quarter moon session doc, so that we can easily found the previous moon's goals and responsibilities?
You need a document for that, or you need the template for that?
I think we need to discuss here the previous.
This is the first 8th moon session, so you probably need a from a Selene and convert it, make a copy of it, and then convert it would be the best bet. Take a Selene doc, you make a copy of it using the file, and make a copy, and then change the information on it to the 8th session, and and do it like that. It'll probably be the best way for you to do it, and the fastest way.
Yeah, but you have it.
Send in on the Hangout the full moon session, so you can
check it from there.
Okay.
So yeah, so make a couple of these. We're going to make a couple of these first.
Have you got idea or shall I do it for you?
Yeah, I think you can do it.
So as if you're doing the doc and connect with that. Oh, cool.
I've got the same problem. I cannot share it.
Let me do the doc.
I don't know because you can see my screen and show my screen as well.
Let me do the doc.
I've copied it. guys, I'm sharing it on the handout.
Okay, so I created a escape group. Are you already found that group? Asimi?
Press it. And someone can just delete all the previous things except the agendas and all that. So we can start quickly.
Just one quick question: are we allowed to do these sessions? I was checking that when no main sessions are allowed during hard stop.
Yeah, actually, Ben, we have discussed it with Shreya.
You're allowed to do the 8th moon session, but it's really a management session, not a regular session.
All right.
But the people that show up there are called the 8th moon session, 8th moon team. The session is allowed.
Okay.
That's good. They know about it. We're good.
Cool.
And he forgets what he tends to lately because he's so busy with stuff that I said it was cool anyway. That's all. Tell him to blame it on me. But no, he said it was all right. He told Abdul to set it up, so he knows about it.
I asked to Jay, this is not a session, this is a buddy team, maybe global buddy team, 8th moon session.
Because it's very deep, and I think there is
System teaming set up. What you do is you can, get everything set up, make the docs, make the 8th moon session doc, do all that, talk about the agenda, and then if you want for a second hour, you can put the buddy teams. Couldn't take you more than 40 more minutes to get everything set up, and then if you want, go with the buddy teams. That would probably make Jay really happy.
everyone has always just delete the desired outcome, so just delete the priority, focus on the agendas of the 8th moon, and then we are good to go.
Okay.
The attendance on top also.
See, this document was not supposed to be created with a template because it's like a normal document, no template at all.
This is the first meeting. There was no template made for it yet. At some point, we do need to make an 8th moon template, but we don't have one yet. Nobody's gotten around to making one because it's not one of those priority things that we're doing. Hopefully for the next one will be made, but for now, you just do the best you can with this one.
have made a tender, we can just wait and check it for. Okay. Please check it because I think. Steve, I'm checking the video. Hi, Ore. Please check.
Sure. You changed the whole document, right?
Yeah, the whole document is changed.
All right, because I'm gonna link it on the global weekly daily list of documents. So I just want to check.
Wait. Abdul, I think you did not delete desired outcomes and all that, right?
Yeah, desired outcome not delete.
I think the first three are as it is. You can just put that. Topics.
So this is the value tracking part.
Which one?
This is the value tracking part. Need to the top of this.
Okay, I think we are ready for this session. Very interested in stuff. We are ready for 7. Okay, James, can you check in, please?
Hello.
Yeah, good. James.
Hello, guys. I'm very grateful for being able to attend the session today. I've been out for a couple of weeks, but I'm back, so it feels really good, and I'm hoping that we can have a great session today.
We don't really need an Arsenal fan. We don't really need an Arsenal fan.
Hey, Steve.
How to go there, sorry.
I will deal with you when the time comes.
Sounds good. Let me get back to it. Okay, keep going, guys. Sorry for interrupting. Is somebody recording?
Yes, I recording the session.
Thank you. Make sure it's linked to the top of the doc.
James, you are at 6.5.
7.
I'm a 5 if you want to put it down. I'm a 5 if you want to put it down. No sleeping, just too busy.
All right, Abdul, can you please check it?
Yeah, sure. Hi everybody. Thank you for electing me in this co-chair position. fine today, and I'm sorry for not preparing this today's doc before, but I'm try next time to do better organization in this session. So thank you all. I'm 7 today.
All right, Thomas, can you please second?
Oh, okay. So just for this session, I'm looking forward for a successful. So for me, it's 6.5.
Right, yes, I'm actually, it's a really hard time. I'm really excited for the session because this is first ever peer-to-peer meeting session. I really congratulate and look forward to have opportunities for everybody in future. And seven. Sorry for the typing errors, guys. Okay, you can lead us through your, you can lead us to the positions for the concepts.
Sorry, can you say it please, Asibhai?
I'm saying you can lead us to, our positions, our desired outcomes, and everything.
Okay, so can you first fill out this setup process or start now? Because I see the
Yes, we have to fill out ourselves because we have to allocate the positions. This is our outcomes.
okay. So can you anyone interested on facilitators?
I can help you with that.
Okay, Asibhai. Okay, note takers. I think Jorge is note taker, so anyone can help.
Yeah, I'm taking notes.
Anyone can help on Jorge on note taking.
Besides facilitation, when I'm not, facilitating, I'll help for him.
Okay. Okay, video indexing. James, would you like to do video indexing? Hi, James.
Abdul, I can assist. I can assist with that.
Video indexing or facilitators? Which one?
Video index.
Okay. Then task responsibility masters. Stay. Sorry, Thomas.
Yes.
Are you like? Would you like to take this role? Task responsibility masters.
Yeah, I'm
Okay, thank you. So session value tracking.
I can assist with that.
Yes.
That's how I can help James on that.
Yeah, sure. Master document
There's the
update.
structure for what I have got from Jay. Okay.
Yeah.
It's two options. Now either we can make a session,
Yes.
or we can, we can either make a session or we can make a buddy teams. Okay. Now the buddy team will be in a level form. So like coaches, like Jay and Abdul are coaches, so they can have one buddy team, and then followed by the senior section managers. So that much people over here. So what I suggest, it's my personal view, okay? It's my own view that we should go for the whole session. What do you guys suggest?
Yeah, I think my side is agree with you.
I think since it's the first session, you could probably do the session, so you at least get it set up with some order, so that you know what you're doing in future sessions. But that's just an opinion.
Yes, Eva. Yes, Eva. I also think that we should go for the session.
Yeah, okay.
So, yeah, start it.
All right, what are you doing?
Okay, so shall we move to the desired outcome?
Probably stop the hard stuff. How are we on the hard stuff now? But no, it's not a desired outcome. This outcome would be
We're actually pretty good, but I'll get to it when we get to it.
yeah, but it's not a desired outcome. I would say no. Where are we on the hard stuff?
Or we can write at what status we are, at what level we are on the hard stop.
So I think last Sonic session, Jay described on that session hard stuff. So we have one sexton left to complete the senior manager position. So if we complete the local members,
We don't talk about, excuse me, we don't talk about it until we finish the desired outcomes and the topics, then we talk about it.
okay, thank you, Steve.
So add topics, topic has to be the upcoming budget, things like that.
Also, okay. Also, I think the topic, one topic, I think payroll. We should do the payroll for the people who are paid twice a week to be paid.
So any other desired outcome? Need to add?
Suggested outcomes, let's see. That we, suggested outcome is topics for the next Celine session. That we make up an agenda, the suggested outcome is that we make an agenda for the next Celine session. That's what this meeting is majorly about, what we're going to discuss at the next Celine sessions. So we make an agenda for the next Celine session, it has to be in the desired outcomes. And you need to get that done today. You need to go back, like I said, to the last Celine sections and look at it and take that to the next steps and things or desired or topics that hadn't been talked about because there wasn't enough time, and put them in the agenda for the upcoming Celine session. All right?
Yeah.
In the agenda for the next upcoming Saline session has to be things like any votes that were at Sexton sessions have to be ratified at the next new moon session or full moon or whatever the Saline session is. Put all those things in the agenda. So the thing has to be setting up an agenda for the next Saline session is the desired outcome. All right, that's basically the big ones. You know, we'll talk about the hard stop and how to keep it from happening. Set up and if you set the agenda for the next Saline session, Jay will be ecstatic. Because that's what this is supposed to be about. You will make Jay very happy. And you'll make me very happy. Because we'll finally be doing the things that we're supposed to be getting done, not have to do the agenda when we get there. And everybody don't. Other people can add to it, but we'll have a start. Every meeting is supposed to be like that. Have the next steps from the previous meetings as the agenda, to start the agenda. We haven't been doing it, but we're going to start doing it now. All right? So setting up the agenda is the next step. Okay, somebody else. I'm just telling you that my next step is setting up the agenda for the next Saline session. I realize, you know, Jay could be watching us right now.
Okay. Then for me, I think getting organized as a session would be my desired outcome.
A desired outcome can be to create a session verification doc, for the 8th moon sessions. All right.
So this document, we have never talked about this document before, and there's no need to do a verification doc because it's only a session.
All right. Don't we have a session verification doc for the Andromeda, for the Cobalt, for the Sonic, for all of them?
Okay. We haven't. We don't have.
Jay just came up personally.
Okay.
Hold on, Jay just Skyped something.
Well, I think you must remove everybody, okay, except the person who are present over here. What you say from Skype?
Okay, just remove.
He wants you to take everyone out of Skype who's not here except him. I know. This is my boss. Say it, Mary. Listen, I'm his best friend, and I, like you, want him to do what he has to do. So I'm annoyed at him. But thank you. I thought you were going to make it. You can't fail. She said 2:30. It's 2:15. You have 15 minutes to get home. I'll give you the whole thing. You're still on the phone with him. You see, it's quarter to 3. Leave me now.
Okay. All right.
Thanks. It's quarter to 3. You can't get any higher. No, I'm gonna watch you. No, I'm gonna walk to the elevator. You're gonna get your jacket. No, you're not getting any more. It's quarter to 3. You just dropped. You're leaving now. You're gonna leave. You're gonna go get your jacket. Come back here. Go to the elevator. I'll stay by the elevator. But watch you off the car. Forget it. I won't give it to you then. Don't give me shit. I'll give it to you. You know the hospital. I'll give it to you. You know I'll give it to you. I'm not giving it to you. I'm gonna leave. You just told me you're leaving. No. No. Oh, my new class. I don't give a fuck. You just told the lady you're leaving. You just said I'm calling. No. I was not going to try. I did not know. This is just That's what she said. That's what she said. That's not the money made a promise. You just told me you promise. I am coming. I am saying with you right now. Right, listen, you told me how you have to take care of that man. You have to take care of that. All right, you got to I can get somebody else. I will stand you. Give it to me, good. Give it to me. Give it to me. I'll give you the whole thing. Please stop acting like an ass now. Oh, I'm acting like an ass. That's I was telling you now. I told her to the pot. You want to call it in the sleeve and say me that stuff. So let me get the money and that's it. Let me get the money and that's it, Steve. You're not getting it from nobody. Go get your jacket. Go take your jacket. Go get your jacket. Go to the street. Let me get it now. No. Let me get it now and that's it. Get your jacket. Let me get it now. Go get your jacket. Go get your jacket. I'm going with you. Go get your jacket.
Hi, Asbai. Can you add Jorge in this Skype group on 8-month group? Jorge.
Thank you.
Are we good enough on Skype?
Yes, I think. Okay. Yeah.
Can you continue?
Yeah, sure. We can continue. So, any other desired outcome? Can we create here?
Yeah, I think to start now for the session, and probably Jay will be joining us later. I don't know because he's on dealing with some exercises, but
Okay. So, can we add some priority topic here? So I think setting up a agenda for the next Selenium session, it will be a priority topic, right?
What? Can you come again?
Setting up an agenda for the next Selenium session, it would be a priority topic.
Yeah, that can be a priority topic for sure.
Okay, so any other topics can we add here? So I think review the previous new moon, full moon session goals and priority topics. So any other priorities?
Not my side.
Okay, Jorge, can we add any others priority topics here?
Sorry, you're asking me for more topics?
Yeah, can we add? Can you add any other priority topics here?
All right, primary topics.
Sorry, Adam. You know, when you add everybody to the Skype list, when you send out a Skype, you wake people up who are sleeping. That's why we don't want to add everyone to the list. Just so you know.
I would say
Maybe Jorge lost his connection. Okay, James, can we move to? Can we add any other topics, or can we move to the discussion? The previous next, can we start the setting up an agenda for the next Seleni session? Hello.
hello.
Hello. Okay.
Put the question up.
Yeah. Sure.
So that's our first topic, right?
Yeah. So we need to go to the first topic.
You have missed the point that we are supposed to agree on the new topics and the outcome.
Yes. So, are you agree, guys, about this desired outcome and priority topics, or any or
we have agreement on.
okay? So we need to discuss our priority topics now. Okay, so go to hello. So
I think our first setup for the next setup for the next training session. I think first we get
Can you second please, Thomas?
Yeah. But getting organized for that session.
Okay, getting advantage. Okay.
Am I doing that?
Yeah. So first of all, we just need to create a list for our agenda, right?
Yeah.
So we need to go to the previous full moon, new moons doc. Okay, so to head.
I'm sorry, guys.
Okay, Sibai, how are you? So
No, he doesn't know when he'll be back.
okay. So Asibai, we just add some priority topics here. So would you like to add any other priority topics?
I think we are good to go, I think.
Okay, so we just start the agenda, setting up the agenda for the next Selenium session. So I just want to figure out the previous next 2 or 3 weeks goals that we'll find, or
Status of the hard stop. What we need to end the hard stop. Or what we need to stop the hard stop from happening.
I think, Abdul, it would be really appreciated if you can pull out the information from yesterday's talk.
okay.
Yesterday's solid session talk and paste it over here.
I kind of read last night's meeting notes, and I know that who's moving to what sections. I think we should be all right, but let's get this part done, and we'll talk about it when we get there. I'm not upset that it's taking this long to set up because it's a new meeting, but let's get it set up.
Hello.
Hello.
Hi, Steve. Hi, Steve. Hi, Thomas.
Hi,
Hi, Miguel.
Hi, everybody.
Yeah, Miguel, can you just check it quickly, please, if you don't mind?
Sorry, come again?
Can you please check in, since this is not a regular session, this is an 8th moon session.
This is an 8th moon session. So we're going to start now.
This is a co-chair session where the co-chairs are supposed to get together with anybody who might be here to discuss the next Selenium session and other management things for upcoming events.
Okay.
This is the first 8th moon session. Jay is in an EXA meeting. I am packing, but I'm here. So we're now setting up the meeting. There were no docs, there were no anything. So we need you to check in within a Selenium session or a main session.
Can anyone share the document over the Hangout for Miguel, please?
Yes, I got it. I got that.
Thanks. So I check with whom?
You have to be here, Miguel. We are having a session.
You can, Miguel, you heard the whole thing yesterday. Stop. Remember yesterday, you only allowed 1 hour of independent work. If it's a buddy team, you can work in a buddy team, but you cannot go off and work alone unless you have a priority. But this is a Selenium session, so this is a main session, so you can't go off in the middle of a main session because you don't want to be here. If you don't want to be at the main session, just turn off your hangout. You can't say, I don't want to be here. You can't say, I don't want to be able to go work for the second hangout. I thought you understood that from yesterday's messages from Jay.
I didn't know this is a main session. I'm sorry. I can go now.
Okay, I told you this is an 8th moon session. We have quarter moon, 8th moon, full moon, and new moon. 8th moon is not required for you to be at. It's a management type session. If you don't want to be here, that's fine. We'll be done in probably an hour or so, and then we'll start regular buddy teams again. So, Jorge was here when he has a power outage where he is in your town. You know, I guess in his neighborhood they lost power. Hi, Nelly. How are you? I guess now, if you and Nelly want to go off and don't want to be at the 8th moon section as a buddy team, I guess I can handle that. But now you're going off alone, Miguel.
Is this a session or something like that?
Yes, this is an 8th moon section, which is main focus. It's a co-chair session with anybody who would like to help with the duties of the co-chair. And we're in the process of setting up the agenda for the next lead section and discussing what needs to be done to stop the hard stop.
Okay, great. Do we have a document?
Yes, we do. I will share it again. 1 second.
So check Hangout. I just shared the doc.
Alright. Let them check in and then go back to where you were, guys.
Okay, so
Okay.
Nelly, would you please check in? Hello?
I don't know if 8th moon sessions are supposed to be put on all, are supposed to be put on all the Skypes over the few days before. But if not, you got to check with Jay and see if they are or they're not. Plus, it seems like a lot of people don't realize there was a session now. All right?
Yeah.
That's one. Make sure that the 8th moon, there's another desired outcome. Make sure that the 8th moon sessions are scheduled on the calendar. All right?
Yeah, okay.
I'm going back to packing. All right? I'm here if you need me. And we need to do the midweek check. That's the first thing on the that's the first thing on the agenda for top. I'm answering Jay. I'm answering him. So. Keep working. Why you stop working? Go ahead.
Steve, what was the meeting and why wasn't on the calendar?
It's great. This is the first 8th moon session. I don't know if it was scheduled properly. I just said one of the desired items to make sure that it's on the calendar.
Okay, great, good idea. Yes, let's put it in so it comes to add all the news sessions to the calendar because, for example, this one wasn't.
I think that it only came up to get it scheduled like a week ago, and with everybody working on recruitment so much, probably nobody thought to schedule it on the calendar. The Skype message went out. I know that Bill sent out some Skype messages, but for the next one, it'll be scheduled properly, and everybody will know about it.
Okay.
You know, when you're doing things for the first time, and you're in the middle of a slow stop, and everybody's trying to just get the slow, avoid the hard stop. Some things get left out, unfortunately. Okay, let's get Nelly and Miguel to check in, and then continue.
Yeah, Nelly, can you check it, please?
Yes. I'm back here. I have a lot of things in mind that I think we need to work on. So I don't know if this is the place to do it.
No, it's not.
I'm like Ashley. It's not. Okay.
For today at least, the two specific topics after we get the setup done are the midweek check and the agenda for the next meeting.
Okay. Then I'm like a 7, I think, check.
Hey, you're doing a lot better than me today.
So,
I'm packing the house. I'm packing for the trip. I'm going crazy.
Oh my gosh, so never.
40 hours awake, 8 hours of sleep. 40 hours awake, 8 hours of sleep. That's why I haven't been working. This is the first actual session or meeting that I've made since the Sonic the other night at like 11 o'clock at night. Well, no, since Andromeda maybe. Well, Friday and Saturday. All right, keep going, guys. I'm here. I'm on the side. I'll answer questions or chime in with ideas as needed while I'm back in bed.
Okay, Miguel, can you please check it?
I don't understand pretty well why when I try to learn more, I get chewed out.
That's fine. Nobody has to be here.
And that's something that I really don't understand, because I have the motivation to understand what's going on, and I believe that everybody, that kind of initiative is rare. But I'm learning, and something that is very important, that the people who is learning must always be very respectful with each others. Because I'm trying to understand.
You're
Always, on it.
You're breaking up, Linda. Don't understand you.
And as always, I'm an 8. I manage my environment. I manage myself.
All right, so for Nelly and for Miguel, do you want to have the session or want to split up in the buddy game? Like you can go to.
I really don't know yet what about the 8-month session is about. I don't know if I should stay or I should go work somewhere else.
It's really just a staring session for the next new moon session and the midweek check. So, I mean, if you have priority work that needs to get done that you and Miguel can do, feel no problem if you want to go off to the secondary hangout and set up anything.
In the first place, I don't know if Miguel wants to stay here to know about things, or I think.
I only see that because when he came, he said he wanted to go work in the other hangout. And I said he can't go alone. And you came. That's the only reason I said that he's more than welcome to stay here. Everybody's more welcome.
Yeah, I'm also welcome to stay here.
Okay. Then let's get back to work, guys.
All right, so Abdul, can you take us through our first topic, please, so we can start?
So, our first priority topic is set up an agenda for the next Selene session. That means next quarter moon session, what would be our priority topics? Or
as I can see the message from Jay that we are cutting down some of the budget. So it would be nice if we will have something discussion on the budget, something, discussion on where we are landing up to. I think the main agenda should be the budget. And as well as we have to fill out can anyone take the notes on my behalf, because it's really difficult to speak and take notes.
Nelly, before next week, the budgets, the Atlantic budget, all the budgets will do sometime next week. I probably won't be around for it. I'm on the plane tomorrow morning. I can work on it, I guess, Monday if you'd like. If you do it, you need to do the Atlantic budget.
Okay.
You're the Atlantic Senior Sector Manager. We need to do the Atlantic budget. I'll do it with you. Okay. I'm not asking you to do it alone. I'll do it with you. And it's an easy budget because right now it's only me and Miguel. So it's not a hard budget. Okay?
Okay.
But it does have
Miguel?
That's the only people in the Atlantic because you get paid in the Andromeda and Jorge gets paid in the Andromeda. So and now Jay's making all of Mexico the Cobalt, so even if you were, you would go to you get paid out of the Cobalt, but you don't get paid out of the Atlantic, but you are the manager, so you have to work on the budget with me. Okay.
Sure, no problem.
All right. Well, like I said, I'll Skype you on Sunday or Monday. I'm not sure when I'll be exactly getting to her family home where I can work. All right.
As far as budget is concerned, we should not, forget our recruitment for 120 degrees west local SF Bay as well, because we are really, really close, and we will discuss in detail when we are going to a topic of hard stop.
We're very close. We have to watch somebody in Hawaii now. We're very close. I think we're one person off local SF Bay. And Jay is meeting with people. Invitations were sent. Hopefully that'll get taken care of the next day or two, and that'll probably avoid the hard stop. So we're getting there. We're almost there.
Right. So other than budget, which what do we have in our agenda for next session?
Somebody go to the last Celine session, whatever the last Celine session, New Moon, the one the other day. I guess it was on Sunday or whenever it was. Look at the next steps, and the next steps go into the agenda for the following Celine session. Look at the topics and any ones that were lined out that weren't taken care of, go into the agenda for the next Celine session. Any next steps from the last Celine session and any topics that weren't handled because there wasn't enough time, he makes a little other secondary topics, things like that weren't handled. Go into the next Celine session on the agenda. Because we didn't handle it. Does that make sense, guys?
It makes sense, Steve. That's
the way it's always supposed to be. That's why we do next steps. But nobody ever goes to the previous, and that goes for main sessions, all sessions. Quarterly sessions, elder sessions. We're supposed to take the next steps from the last meeting and put them in the agenda for the following meeting. So that's what I think we should do. We're in the last Celine section, take anything that was in the next steps and anything that wasn't done in the top. So start that as the agenda, then add the budget, add what we talked about at the Andromeda Nelly for me getting a little extra money, because that wasn't voted on in the last section. And that was it. The other thing that really needs to be done is you need to go to the master decision doc. And we'll just make an agenda item, confirm all decisions from previous week, I guess. Because there's a session every week. So confirm all decisions from previous week. And at the meeting, somebody go into the next, to the doc and pull up the actual proposals that need to be approved. But you make an agenda item, approve proposals from the previous week. Or approve proposals since the last Celine session. All right.
Okay, so
does that make sense, guys? Because I know there were a lot of proposals at Andromeda. There were a lot of proposals at Sonic, at the Eurasia, and some at the 60 at the late night center also, where I was working with Abdul and Lucy. So they all have to get approved at this upcoming session. All right. Everybody understand what I'm saying? That we make sessions at main section sessions. Those sessions have to be approved at a higher level, the steering team or whatever. So it's a galactic session, whatever they are. So they put it in as an agenda item in the following session to be approve all decision since the last Saline session.
Yeah, then we have to discuss the co-chair, processes. We have to discuss co-chair processes. We have to discuss. Well, budget is also there. And one more thing, I think Steve also told that we have to make this our agenda to cover this cost, which is not here, I think. Okay. And I've got that budget, work on Atlantic budget and whole team budget, right? We have to discuss.
Well, working on the Atlantic budget isn't good. That's for me and Nelly to do. I just made a mention of it because I don't know if I'm going to see him before then. So that doesn't really have, we don't, unless you want to do it at the session, at the next quarter moon session, we're voting on them then. So I think we need to do that. Hold on one second, Carlos. I think, me and Nelly get it done beginning of the week, and then it'll just go to the moon session.
Right. Then we have got the processes for co-chairs, which I think is really important, and we have to cover the Steve's cost as well. So, any question about the agenda? Question? So I think yes.
I think your microphone, I don't know why I cannot hear very well because it has some background noise.
Actually, I'm on my iPad, so I'm not having a proper computer at the moment. So I think might possible it is affecting because.
Okay.
All right, I think we have done with the agenda for the next week's calendar. And can we move to the status of hard stop as of now, please?
Yeah, sure.
You will assist or should I?
Yeah, you can assist me, Asif.
First of all, guys, sorry for my mic. Okay.
Okay.
And we are, as Steve told and as Steve added, okay, that we are very much really close to prevent or to finish the hard stop as Monty is there in 180-degree section. I have already officially made an announcement for shipping.
I'm back.
No worries.
Keep going.
I have already made an option announcement in today's Sonic section that I'll be moving and they approved it. And now I am officially in 180-degree section.
So we have two senior managers. We have two managers now for 180.
Yeah.
So all we need is local help. And maybe one more in the Cobalt. Because Jason is not supposed to do more than 3. I can't do any more because I'm doing 3 already. So we need maybe one more Cobalt.
The thing that we have to cover is pretty much simple, and I think we have got a number of persons in the loop as well for 1 west local SF base sextant.
Yes, we have a few in the loop, actually. We have a few in the loop that invitations we sent that said they want to work. Hopefully, when Jay's done with this meeting, maybe sometime today I'll have a chance to get in touch with them or whatever. Or somebody, later on today, then the radio session can check and see if they got back in touch with us with a follow-up email or something. And hopefully, we'll be done, by the end of the week, maybe by Saturday or Sunday, we'll be completely done and have everything covered, and we won't have a hard stop. I'm really proud that everybody stepped up and really did the recruitment. That makes me feel good that people realize when we need to get something done, we can get it done. All right, when we need to get when we all put our minds to it as a team around the whole world, when we need to get something done, we can get it done. And it's going to be the same way with VZXMS. Most of the team, if not all, are going to have something to do with it. Because it's a lot of work.
That's really great. And talking about 60 degrees west sextant, we have only got 1 vacant shift and 2 shifts are already filled. So we are pretty much good. We are on 90%.
160 west. 160 west. Which one is that?
Let me
Where is 60 west? Nobody remembers? Abdul?
Yeah. Yes.
60 west is best Atlantic with Valley.
We have 5 days covered in that one already. Because Nelly's Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. I'm Thursday and Friday.
What are we discussing about me?
Now we're talking what manager shifts are covered on the schedule.
Okay.
You're scheduled for Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. I'm scheduled for Thursday and Friday in the Atlantic.
That's why if you see the screen, it is marked as green. It is 90%. And I'm talking, and next is 60° east, which is Central Asia. I have moved, okay, and Zulu will take charge of that.
It looks like they asked Zulu to fill that spot, or if you want, they can ask Razoo to fill that spot.
Yeah.
So it looks like they're working on it. It's just about covered, right, Abdul?
Yes.
I read the meetings. I read the minutes from last night, so I know.
Yeah.
Okay, Steve, I just wanted to ask that can they split up, like if Zillu is not available on behalf of Zillu, can Razoo Asif take the charge to fill the gap?
Even though he's not available, on a specific night, Razoo could work. Like when Nelly wasn't there a couple of days, I worked as an acting. It's a little different. The pay isn't the same, but it's somebody there. So I worked as an acting shift supervisor. You remember those days? You were there for both of them. Where I wasn't technically the shift supervisor, but I was the acting shift supervisor because nobody else was there. So if he needs to cover, anybody can cover who's a level 3 or a level 4. I mean, if you need to go somewhere, you can ask. I've asked you to cover for me when I was leaving early. Anybody can cover. I mean, I have nobody to cover this Thursday and Friday. I'm not going to be around. But there's really nobody in the Atlantic I can ask to cover to come in that early at 10:30 a.m. We need more people in the sector to try to do that. I could ask Miguel, but he's still new and he's not up here. I don't think he's, I don't know if Jay would go for it. So those 2 days, the other ones, Jay as the CEO is the default acting supervisor when nobody's around. Well, if Jay said you could be a shift manager, cover me Thursday and Friday. You can get the bonus pay.
Just to go, we were talking about Saturday and Sunday, but
I don't know if we're doing 6 days or 7 days. Because we don't have shifts in the Atlantic on Sunday. We don't have shifts on Sunday. You have a shift with Jay, which is why Cobalt, that's actually named something else. But I don't think on the schedule we actually have scheduled shifts on Saturday and Sunday in the Atlantic or Andromeda. Because I know Nelly doesn't usually work, Jorge doesn't usually work. I usually, if I work at all, work with Jay in the evening a little bit. But, you know, it's my Sabbath. I try not to work too much on Saturday. And Sunday is my one day off, you know, to get stuff done that I need to get done. So I don't know whether we actually need, I mean, somebody should be on, and, you know, and I guess be available if somebody ever popped up onto the hangout from the public. I guess it would be good to have somebody on. But I would discuss that with Jay at a later date. You know, when he gets a chance, you know, discuss it with Jay quickly and see what he wants to do about the weekend. In the Atlantic and the Andromeda, I don't actually know. But if he says yes, I'm all for it. Go ahead. Go right ahead.
Okay, guys, so coming back towards 120-degree best sextant, one person is over there choicing. So if we get Eileen or if we get Shigemi, so we'll be at 75% for that as well.
I thought Shigemi was doing some manager shifts.
Yeah, but she's on level 3 and she is almost, you know, almost done for.
We have, you know, as a next step, we have to put getting Shigemi to level 4, getting Thomas back to level 3 so we can get him up to level 4. I think Thomas is almost ready to go back to level 3. We do some work next week, Thomas. We'll see about getting, you know, what responsibilities we got. We'll talk about it, and I think I don't want to do it on the preppy, but I think, you know, we go through it and looks like you're ready. We can propose it at any main session to move you back up to level 3, and then we start working on your level 4 responsibilities. You know, that's fine. That's why you're working with me to get this, so you can learn some more responsibilities. And that's all great.
And one more thing is still I want to add. Do not think that this is going to end, okay? And because if we will think that the Astro will going to end, we will be relaxed. Do not put yourself in a relaxed mode. Just work out 120-degree west local assembly. Just work out on that until and unless everything is, you know, green. So please, guys, don't be relaxed. Just put your little efforts on 120-degree west assembly.
I mean, we still need some more people at 180, but we have, you know, we think we need like one more person because 2 people can't do the whole week. We need one more person or 2 more people in the 120 East. Because I'm doing 1, Jay only wants to really do 2, so that leaves like 4 days open. So we need another, you know, 2 or 3 of them. We need at least one more person. So, but we will get them. You know, we will get them. All right. I am status. Well, while we're talking about hard stop, I think the next thing that we have to do is the midweek check. Is to go over the midweek check and see where we are with the midweek check.
Okay, midweek check over here, please.
Yeah, sure. I just okay.
There it is. Let's see what you got.
And before starting the midweek check-in, I already took permission from you that for this week I will not be working actively because I've got a couple of works and things to do over here. And once I'm back in Cyprus, I'm all good to go.
That's cool. Don't worry about that. Open that back up on your screen. I was going through it and then you took it off your screen. All right. I mean, they marked me as probably, I didn't work a lot, but what I did work was, you know, was assigned tasks. I want to see who needs the most. Thomas. Yes. I don't know why. I didn't work a lot with you this week, Thomas, because I've been busy. But I know you were working with Jay and with our SIF. So who prepared this midweek check? Just out of curiosity.
I will just add one thing that when I saw Thomas' report, he only attended the
session.
The main session. So.
The main sessions, okay, stop. Main sessions are assigned tasks. They're considered assigned responsibilities because you're supposed to attend main sessions. Now, as a level 2, you can only attend I think 2 of them. But I don't think we're going to get, antsy about that. If that's all he did more than 50% assigned work, and he hasn't done any other work this week. So I don't know, somebody's going to have to go back to his doc, open his doc. Thomas, if you throw out your work morning doc. So the full moon session was 6 hours. Yeah, it was. It killed me. Is that all you did? Was the full moon session and then? All right. So the full moon session, that's all assigned work. So he's definitely, he's not at 0. I mean, I don't know who's doing this, but I told you on around sentence, put WC next to it so they realize that it's work credit. That that it counts towards your assigned tasks, and you didn't put WC and you didn't make the green, which let people know what you can do. All right?
I'll do that.
Okay. So I think you can make him at least yellow, not red. Put him in it all he did was assign tasks, but he didn't do a lot of hours. Put him in like 51. I don't know how many hours a week he's supposed to work. But with this meeting, the other meeting he's at least he's going to be at least 8-9 hours of assigned tasks. So if he's supposed to work 15 hours a week, he's got more than 50%. So that's that. Forgive me, I don't know. It's not 0% because he worked one day. If he did assigned tasks that one day, then, I don't know what day this was done. Go back to Shigemi's work reporting doc, open it up. And somebody needs to do the percentages. Okay. So Monday, December 4th, he did a 1.5-hour shift. What's up higher? What are we on? 3 to 9? What week is it here? 3 to 9. I hate the way she does it. She move it up. So she only worked 1.5 hours. I just don't know what to do when somebody works only one day. I'm not, I mean, if you only worked one day, if you worked 1.5 hours, if you was doing assigned work, he did more than the, 50% on that one day. I guess that's fine, but why don't you just leave it, make it yellow? Is it probably, just make it yellow. He worked one day and, and Thomas, somebody got to figure out the numbers. Thomas, somebody figure out the numbers. I'll do it. Why you I know you worked. Why you only at 43.3%?
Yeah.
When was this done? On Monday?
Minor?
I mean, doing percentages on Monday. Doing percentages on Monday for a midweek check. It shouldn't be done until Wednesday. Because that's the middle of the week.
We just count Sunday to Wednesday for the midweek checking.
Well, then I guess you need your.
No,
Excuse me. Number one, James, that goes on the meeting. That should be on the 8th moon Skype, not our personal Skype. Otherwise, we're not an open organization. What we did earlier was personal. This is in an 8th moon session. That should have been on the 8th moon Skype. But the answer is yes. If the time works for you, the answer is definitely yes. But you need to be here for a week or so until say you're back to working. Because you had it all lately. So, all right? He asked if it's okay if you take some shifts in the 120 sector. And I said, I don't see any reason why not. All right?
Yeah, he is capable of doing many tasks. Many responsibilities.
Yes. You were level 4. You were level 4, I think. And if you're not, we'll get you to level 4 real quick. You gotta give me a second. I'm being messaged by my baby. Bye.
One thing I really want to make very clear over here that it is told several times by Jay that midweek check-ins are from Sunday to Tuesday
Yeah.
And then from Wednesday to Saturday. You got my point?
Yeah, I got.
So it's not Sunday to Wednesday. It's not Sunday to Wednesday. It's Sunday to Tuesday.
Yeah.
And from Wednesday to Saturday. And Jay told this several times, many times.
Yeah. So we count these 3 days for this Sunday to Wednesday. Sorry, Sunday to Tuesday. We just count for all members. First maybe second.
So guys, any question about midweek check-ins?
Yeah, I have a question now. Okay.
Excuse me. I think if it was done on Monday, and today's Thursday, Wednesday, I think somebody needs to sit here and do everybody's midweek check. Or sometime tonight, at the next session, somebody needs to go through everybody's work reports, there's a couple of money given to, and get the midweek checks up to date. I think it has to be prioritized for today sometime, that either in SADC or in COBRA or whatever, the midweek check gets done, because Monday and Tuesday isn't a midweek. There's no check yet. You don't have Tuesday and Wednesday in there. Where's the midweek check? It's the one-day check. We don't do a one-day check. We do a midweek check.
Steve.
Yeah?
Steve, so for formal session, was that work credit or was that just hours?
Yes, all main sessions are work-related. Yes.
But I put that on my document.
Okay, well, I don't know who did it. Your 6 hours will make you green at the quarter-moon session, yes.
So
because I dedicated that on my book. Somebody checked that. I don't know who checked that.
Well, okay, so everybody who's here, remind people when they're doing the midweek check that our main sessions are assigned. You're supposed to be there. Global sessions and your Celine sessions are assigned. You're supposed to be there. Everyone is supposed to try to go to a quarter moon or half moon, whenever we have one. So if you go, it's assigned for you to go there. That's assigned work. It's not client work, but it's assigned work. And it counts towards your midweek check.
So we will just, we will just subtract 0.25 from it, no matter how much the tenure is, and then we will contact it. If a person is working for, it is here for the session for 6 hours, then it will be counted as 5.75 hours as assigned, right?
Yes. You don't take off 15 hours for setup. You don't take off 15 minutes for setup.
All right, I think I got the point of Steve, that he's saying that if you are working for 1 hour as well, then one whole hour will be your assigned work.
5.75 for assigned work, yeah.
Oh, okay. All right, guys, any questions? Any confusion about midweek check-ins? One more thing, I will just make sum up for everything. First of all, the midweek check-in should be from Sunday to Tuesday, and then from Wednesday to Saturday. And whoever is attending the sessions, it will be counted as assigned hours. Okay? Any question, concerns, objections?
yeah, so one I just remember one thing. Jay told us assigned task is the only what we actually do. So always every session will be go under a meeting session. So meeting session not be a assigned task. It will be a meeting session, meeting time. So I think meeting session and assigned task, these two are the different, as according to this description.
So meeting session is not regarded as a assigned task?
Yeah, so I think Jay told us assigned task is only for that one that we actually do. But meeting session or meeting or any global meeting or any session, it will go under training session or meeting session. So training session and meeting session is not assigned task.
So meaning full moon will not come will not be credit.
Yeah. So in this meeting session, if you do some task like as if you do value tag, video indexing, if you do master document updater, so that will be a assigned task. Because
but on the full moon we did recruitment, we did payroll, we did a lot of things.
Yeah.
6 hours worth of work at the full moon. We did started at noon. It's actually 6.5 hours. I don't know why you were 6. Unless you came late. We started at 12 o'clock my time, and we got done at 6:30 p.m. my time. We worked basically with like 2 15-minute breaks, if that long, with like 5-minute breaks.
Yeah.
And we worked our little tails off. We got a lot done. On that note, my car is now ready at the mechanic, and I still have a lot to do today. So I am going to go. You can Skype me if you need anything, but otherwise I am off this meeting and probably not back on until Monday. Again, Skype me and I will get back to you as soon as possible if you need me. But I think there's more than enough people here capable of running a meeting. I don't think you need that. I think you know what you got to do. Make the agenda, take it from the left. We didn't finish everything on the full moon. I'll tell you that. There were still things on the agenda that didn't get done, and there were a whole bunch of next steps. So you need to go back to that document, look for the next steps, look for what didn't get done. Thomas was there to help you. Then Sif was there also. So, and a couple other people might have been there. So figure it out. Guys, good luck. I'm really, I don't use this title often. As an executive in the organization, I'm really proud of how he did getting a lot of the equipment done, and how everybody's pulling together to get everything done. And I like the way that there's a lot of people at this meeting that isn't a normal meeting. Jay won't pop in if he finishes his next board meeting. If you didn't notice his Skype, we might have some budget problems a little bit, but not too much, hopefully. And we'll see what happens. All right? He didn't tell us to stop recording, so it's okay. I'm out of here. I got to go put my shoes on and get to the mechanic. Bye-bye.
Thank you, Steve.
Thank you, Steve.
My checkout is this is a great meeting. I'm very proud of everybody, and I will talk to everybody soon.
Bye, Steve. Godspeed.
All right, guys. So
I was just asking a question. So on that full moon day, we did a lot of assigned tasks like recruitment. We did recruitment, right? Remember that? So we did payroll, we did a budget.
Yeah. So actually on the just finish you.
So I think that for full moon it will end up as it's not be training in the end up as work credit. Okay, according to me, I don't know according to what you say about that.
Yeah. So I think So I think this is a full moon session. It's a meeting session, and actually on the last 1 to 2 hours, maybe Jay show ASA ranking equation and recruitment something. So that will be a training session maybe for the other members. Only Jay shown you how to do that, but we don't. I think this now we have no opportunity to work other side. So you only attend one session, and it will be our meeting session. So your assigned task would be 0, but it's I think you are able to do the next 3 days or 4 days working hours, because I think it's not a problem to work other members. And you can see that for the first 3 days, Sunday, Monday and Tuesday, most of the session is happening in this first 3 days. So that's why most of the people under 50% assigned task, because actually our we are now on soft desktop and our working time is half now. So in this time we don't create a working session, so that's why this percentage of assigned task is below 50%. Only 3%, Jillu, Nelly and Jorge, more than 50%, and Jillu more than 50%, because Jillu took three session as her individual body team. So that's why Jillu more than 50%, but the other members like uh, Lucy working 22 hours, but it's less than 50%, because all of the time, maximum time we join the session, and every time we join the global session so that we can learn new things. So that's the meeting session and the global session purpose. So I think it's not affect our approving task the next 3 days this week.
Okay, it's okay. I get you now.
Okay, so we just figure out here 0% and 13%, because we just shown that how much task actually she or he do, right?
Yep.
So I think it's okay for all members for this midweek checking in my concerning. So to do the next this last 4 days for this week. Hello, hi Nelly.
Hello, yeah.
So is there a question about this midweek checking or any other?
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
I just described in this midweek checking in my understanding. So any other question in this midweek checking that you want to know, and what do you think?
You are asking me if I already did my midweek checking?
Yes. So what do you think about this midweek checking? We just figure out, or we just calculated this midweek checking for all members, and all members are below 50%, because this past 3 days maximum we just joined the meeting session, so that's why it's below 50% for all members except 3 members.
Okay. Okay.
So can we move to the next topic?
Yeah, we can move to the next topic, sure.
Okay. So Lily, can you help us for this next quarterly session? What would be our priority?
Let me check. Where is that?
Can you say it, please?
I don't understand what you need help with.
Okay, so you can see this message here. told us make some priorities for the next quarter moon session.
Okay, why am I not getting those messages?
This is the 8-month group that we created today.
Okay, I'm not getting those messages. It says, how's the meet which going, let's also make a very to the next one. Okay. I'm not getting those messages, by the way.
Okay, so maybe you add after this message. I just added you after this message, so maybe that's why you don't see this other message here. So
Oh no, I'm not getting them. Okay. First of all, what's the quarter moon session about to prioritize what we need to work on?
yeah, so our next quarter moon session will be happen. Yeah.
You erased me from the group.
Yeah, I already joined you.
Yeah, why did you erase me?
Sorry.
You erased me from the Skype group. I have here that you erased me.
I'm don't understand
Okay,
it.
doesn't matter.
Okay.
What we need to prioritize, review the last new phone session goals, so we could check that.
So can you check the previous full moon session goals?
Who has that?
Okay, so
We don't have that. So
so I think we need to assign our Selene calendars to update the previous update the next 1 month schedule. So we can assign these topics for the next quarter moon session. Update Selene calendar.
I don't know what you're asking me, Abdul. What we can do is that we can you have the full moon session there. Okay, let's copy all the goals.
Goals, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. In this.
Our second.
Okay, so in this.
Okay. Oh, we don't have goals.
Yeah, had in this full moon session, not describe any goals. We just assign some task here. This is the priority.
Don't have goals. Okay, that's a little bit problematic. So we just have to. We didn't have goals on that day. Goals. Okay. Someone?
Can you come again? Maybe.
What's next? I mean, I just don't know anything about the 8-month session.
Yeah, so then we need to go to the another moon session. So Last quarter moon session, I just opened. Last quarter moon session on 26th November.
I
So remove priorities for the moon month or from the new moon. So
I think
yeah. So
the goal for
I
the
think I'm going to be just 3 more minutes, and I will be working in the other half because I do have a lot of things to do.
okay, no problem. Okay, so I think we can.
Miguel wants to
Yeah,
tell me
so
that.
I think this session
Yeah,
is.
sure. Thank you, Manny.
Okay, so I think this session already 2 hours complete, so we can just.
maybe also can join you so that I can help in that work. Sure.
Yeah, sure. So we can just complete this session and need to wrap up because all members are already there's some problem. So and we can just ending this session. Can we do wrap up now?
Yeah. Checkout.
Yeah. Okay. So
Right.
yeah. So we need to go to the checkout process.
Okay.
So Nelly, would you please check out?
Sure. So I actually didn't quite understand the reason of this meeting. I think we shouldn't have so much meetings. We should be working in slow stuff. So yeah, but it was good. It's always good to see you all. And I'm glad because of that.
Okay. So I think Thomas and Miguel, you can just note your checkout. That will fine.
Yeah. For me, it was a good session.
Okay, so Thomas, you can just write your checkout. That will fine because I my typing is not good.
so thank you all.
Thank
I
you.
will be going to the second one, okay?
Okay, thank you.
Bye.
Bye.
Same here. Thank you very much. Bye.
Bye. चलो वो মালা কষ্ট দেখি আচ্ছা তোমার কয়েছে তোমার করলাম তুমি সবই রাখো তোমার কইলাম তুমি সবই রাখো